everyone. Welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. Today we're getting love messages and advice from your spirit guides. So we have 3 groups to choose from. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. So I also laid out some crystals to help you. So use your intuition, see what card or crystal is calling to you. Maybe there's multiple. Just do whatever feels right, maybe even all 3. Just watch whatever readings you feel called to, and I will see you there. Hello and welcome to your reading, group number 1. So we are going to get some love messages and advice from your spirit guides. So let's take a moment now to call in the angels, ancestors, spirit guides of the highest vibrational frequency of group number 1. Please be with us today to provide the most meaningful messages for group number 1 at this time in regards to their love life. Thank you for your clear and accurate messages, and thank you, group number 1, for being here. So we're going to start off with the tarot, and then we have some oracle cards we are going to use as well. So Spirit, what is the main message you have for group number 1 in regards to their love life? What is the main message at this time for group number 1? What is the main message for group number 1? What should group number 1 focus on right now in regards to their love life? What should group number 1 focus on? What can wait right now for group? Oh, okay. And what may group number 1 be blind to in regards to their love life? What should group number 1 avoid in regards to their love life? What should group number 1? And what is the overall action and advice you have for group number 1 in regards to their love life? And bottom of the deck, we have Death reversed. Okay, let me focus on this a little better so you guys can see the beautiful cards. I think they're all in frame. So Death reversed on the bottom makes me think maybe you're feeling a little bored, a little stagnant in terms of your love life right now. Maybe there's nothing going on at all with love life, or in your current situationship or relationship, maybe there's just kind of been like a lull, like not really sure what's going on, are you going to continue or not? But when I see the Death card reversed, especially right now, I think of stagnation, inability, or unwanting, not wanting to change or evolve. And yeah, stagnation. But yeah, not wanting to change or evolve might be an issue right now in regards to your love life. So the main message here is the 5 of Wands with there's a snake wrapped around, was that a apple or heart? I'm not really sure. It might be a heart. But it looks like that's about to bite. Maybe there's been some arguments and some conflict in regards to your relationships, your love life. Perhaps there's been some like arguments and discussion about like snaky behavior, going behind your back, like cheating type stuff, but that's just a conversation that you would already have that has come up. But this 5 of Wands is just like butting heads. But like something about this is really sticking out with that snake about to bite. So perhaps there's just been arguments in your relationship, with your relationships in general. And yeah, it's not a very pleasant feeling. So let's get some more information here. But I feel like Spirit's trying to bring to your attention maybe some things that are pointing to maybe there's arguments and just general unhappiness and conflict because 1 or 2 of the people involved are not willing to evolve and change like together. And so like when you're with someone for a while, sometimes, you grow apart instead of together. So maybe there's some of that energy. But also maybe if you're not in a long-term relationship, there could just be overall conflict. Maybe not like with the butting heads thing, maybe just not getting along well with anyone you've been talking to or going on dates with and stuff like that. Just hasn't really seemed compatible lately. But Spirit doesn't want you to focus on the bad things, and focus more on like what you can control and like on how you can evolve and move forward instead of thinking about the people that might have hurt you or bit you, like the snake, like just really did you dirty. That sucks when that happens, but it's not worth like dwelling on the past too long. It's better to live in the present moment and move forward and not let that bad situation take up any more of your energy. So what to do now? So we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. This is like not, if there's a relationship in your life that's not giving to you as much as you're giving to like there's not like a reciprocity there. There's not like equal efforts being put into a relationship. That's a sign that maybe this relationship isn't evolving or there's better out there. Like if you're dating and you feel like you're putting in all the effort and they're not, I feel like that's just a sign that maybe it's not the right person. And also I feel like Spirit might be wanting you to be a little selfish right now. Like focus on self-love, focus on loving yourself more, because maybe you have been in relationships where you're just more of the giver and just it hasn't been really fair to you in ways. And like I think that's amazing that you're like a giver and so sweet and stuff to your partners, people in your life, but you got to be good to yourself too, because the better you are to yourself, the better like you'll like reflect that to others, that you like deserve self-respect. Of course you do, but like when you're doing it, respecting yourself, pampering and loving yourself, it's going to, other people are going to treat you the same. They're going to mirror back to you how you're treating yourself. So make sure you're being kind to yourself, loving yourself. The more good you are to yourself, the more you love yourself, the more of a positive relationship you're going to draw into your life. What can wait? We have the Four of Cups reversed. Yeah, there's something here with Spirit doesn't want you to like wallow. Is that the right word? Wallow in the past. And if you're not feeling happy, if you're feeling lonely, you gotta like get out of your comfort zone. You gotta get out of your shell and put yourself in situations where you can meet new people and have new experiences, and that will really be helpful. But like this card's speaking to me in a way of like still being intertwined with a past relationship that isn't good for you, or a current one or something. Maybe it's time to unwind a little bit from that, maybe cut the cords if that's the case, because there might be some like energetic link still with some people in the past, especially if you're giving them some of your energy and your thoughts. So what you may be blind to, we have the Sun. So I feel like things aren't as bad as you think. I know that it's annoying to hear sometimes, but I feel like there's some like really positive stuff coming into your life. There's like this sense, like look how huge the Sun is right here. Like I feel like your life is about to just get brighter, if that makes sense. Like I feel like also the Sun kind of is like self, and I feel like Spirit wants you to put more emphasis on yourself. Like think of the Sun as you, and look how big it is here. Like you need to be the main character in your life and like love yourself and like shine bright. And I think you are shining bright and you're like way better than you give yourself credit for. So Spirit wants you to, focus on yourself and your own happiness, and it's just going to bring more happiness to you. And I know that's annoying sometimes when like you're feeling bored and stuck and like nothing's happening and you like just want something with another person or want to improve something with another person so bad. But like it seems like the solution here, the Spirit's suggesting, the advice Spirit's suggesting is focusing on yourself. Yeah. And what to avoid, Spirit says the Six of Swords. I feel like Spirit wants you to avoid victim mentality. And I know sometimes it's harsh to hear when you're in that mood, just feeling down and out and stuff. Like instead of focusing on the pain you've received in the past or the heartbreak, like of course it's still not okay and it's still a significant part of your story in your life, whatever. But it doesn't define you. Your past relationships, maybe lack of relationships, it does not define you. You are you, and like you're amazing alone and with another person too. But like the more you like accept and love yourself alone, the better your relationships will be. And also maybe there's something here with when you get close to someone, you kind of get like this fear of abandonment or like they're going to leave you or hurt you. So you might put yourself in a situation where you like start arguing or you kind of like self-sabotage in a way, and it might be like totally unconscious, but you're like afraid of getting hurt, so you like push people away and you like kind of flee. You're like either like fight or flight. Like when you're worried that something's going to go south, someone's going to hurt you, like you've been hurt in the past, you either push them away or literally run away, like just to avoid that potential pain, which is totally common. I can relate. I'm a former, maybe still self-sabotager, but like just identifying that and working through that will help move you forward. Maybe there's some blocks, and that's what it has to do with, just like pushing people away, cutting people out a little too quickly. And that could be something here, like also with the sun here, with what you may be blind to. And sometimes when I see the sun, like right now, I think of inner child stuff. So perhaps there is some abandonment or neglect wound. We all have childhood traumas and wounds, even though it does on different scales. Like you might be like, nothing ever bad happened to me, but it could have been something really small, like you weren't picked for something in school and you were like left out, or your parents were working on, you felt like abandoned, or you didn't have a dad or mom or something growing up, like they were out of the picture. Like things like that can vary. Those are just a few examples, but it can leave these scars that we carry around with us that allow us to grow. And with the death card upright, that's like shedding of these old parts of us. So I feel like Spirit's trying to draw your attention to this so you can shed those things, so you can have more loving, enjoyable relationships moving forward. So you can really reflect on that and maybe see, like, when you identify why you might have certain behaviors in terms of relationships, and do that, like reflection, journaling, talk about it with a therapist or friend, or just journaling if you want to do it yourself, will be really helpful, and like get this out, like release these blocks and these things that have been potentially causing you to run away, and you don't, or like argue and have conflict, so you don't grow too close to anyone. And that will be like super helpful. And like once you release it, or even just identifying it, can like shed some of those boundaries or like walls you have up and those blocks, and make you move forward with that. For overall action and advice, we have the Devil reversed. Interesting. But this is like cleaning up any messy behaviors, anything from the past that might not have been serving you. And with the Death card reversed too, yeah, I feel like there's something significant here. We have a few major arcanas, which is pretty big. And we have 2 6s also. And 6 is a Venusian number, and 6 has to do with relationships. Because Venus, relationships with others. And I feel like you're going to improve a lot. And like 15, 1 + 5, 6. There's a lot of 6 energy here. But yeah, I feel like this is definitely, we're talking about love and relationships anyway, so it makes sense. So you'd have a lot of that here. But there's something with, mending old wounds, things that just aren't serving you anymore. And with the Devil reverse, this is like things are getting better. Like if you've had these self-sabotaging behaviors, bad relationships or something, it's like you're mending that. You're like identifying these triggers, these things, like old traps you would get caught in. And also the Devil reverse, this could be you moving on from someone that was just not good to you, that like you had this energetic cord with someone in the past that like caused you heartache, or like just wasn't a great relationship. You're like moving on from that. You're like releasing that. And I feel like this is a major time in your life of healing, so you can have like to make way for beautiful relationships. And for those of you watching that happen to be in relationships currently, this work you're doing will help improve that bond, improve the love between you, elevate that, and make you even closer. Because you'll be more vulnerable. There's some walls up that maybe you're not being fully vulnerable with someone because you're afraid of pain. So Spirit really is suggesting doing this inner work and this inner reflection, self-reflection, so you can strengthen your relationships. And I really feel like this is a major moment for you. So let's take a look before we draw some oracle cards and get more messages. So we don't have any, wait, so we have Wands, Pentacles, Cups, and Swords. We have, okay, so there seems to be balance otherwise, like with there's elemental balance. And we have like half reversal. So yeah, there's some balance here overall. I just feel like there's certain things that Spirit wants you to work on that will greatly improve the quality of your relationships. And I know it might be being repetitive at this point, but I feel like it bears repeating. The way you can identify things that might be something you need to work on, or we all have things to work on, by the way. I'm not like picking on you, I promise. Spirit's trying to help right now, but will be like, why am I getting unnecessarily mad? Or like, why am I starting, or like, am I starting a fight just because things are getting too comfortable and I'm getting nervous or something? Or am I like running away and like fleeing situations? Like, is this like intentional? Am I doing this to avoid getting hurt? Like, just look at things that trigger you, the fight or flight response, that activate your nervous system, and then go from there. And yeah, since the overall advice and action is the devil reverse, I really feel like you are identifying and overcoming and evolving and growing this month. So that's beautiful. It's wonderful. So it doesn't seem like from these cards there's like much going on with another person much this month, or around the time when you're watching this. I didn't really specify a time period, and this is a timeless reading. So whenever you're watching this, it's like a period of time that you are really working on yourself in order to have better relationships. So it doesn't seem like there's a lot of the action this month and this time is like internal. So let's get some more messages here. What else, Spirit, for, oh, that card wants to come out. We have support, but it came out reversed. That came out like right away. So yeah, I feel like, I was talking about like journaling and doing all this inner reflection. I think it'll really help you. Look, we have 2 4s here, to talk to someone about it. I know it's really sad that this is true, but it's hard to get like, affordable therapy and all that stuff. But there's so many different things now available that you can do. But if you can't have a therapist or psychologist or anything like that, is there a friend you can talk to? I feel like there's support around you, and maybe you seem a little like you don't have that, but there are people that want to help you and love you. And I also feel like this is saying in the future, you're going to have, like, if you don't feel like you do now, there's a lot more supportive relationships coming into your life because you're supporting yourself at this time. Really, our reality reflects our outer reality reflects our inner reality. So like whatever's going on inside is going to be reflected and mirrored in the outside world. So the more you're like doing this support for yourself, loving yourself, etc., the more supportive relationships are going to come into your life. One more of these. What else, Spirit? Control. Yeah, maybe you're like, we were talking about releasing like this fight or flight stuff going on. Maybe it's because you want to be in control of the outcome. You're like, you don't want to, you're afraid of getting hurt, so you control the outcome by leaving or fighting or whatever. Spirit, it's like a big part of relationships is being vulnerable, and there's some fear here about like not being supported, and that's why you're more controlling potentially. So Spirit wants you to focus on that. And maybe in the past there has been control issues with relationships, and that's something to work on, whether it's the other side or you, because we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Like that's not equal give and take. It's like one person's being more controlling out of the other. But I think this is pointing to what we were talking about with controlling the outcome by the fight or flight thing. And if there are control issues in a current relationship, maybe you can try and think about what's causing that. Is it like past conditioning and stuff or like that? Is there an issue? Or one of us not willing to evolve? Like, and have those hard but necessary and helpful conversations. And like, if it's a supportive relationship, they'll listen to you, What else, Spirit? What final message do you have for group number 1? Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Okay, we're talking about the inner child. Yeah, Spirit really wants you to do that inner child work. And perhaps you have children and that could be affecting some things. But I think even if you do have children or not, inner child work is something that Spirit really wants you to work on. And maybe like if you do have children, maybe you're like seeing that like pure love from them, and you just want it's just showing you what love is, and like will help you identify better relationships in the future because you like care about their well-being. And I feel like having that like childlike play and stuff will be super good for you, like having a relationship where it's not super controlling, it's like light and fun. But yeah, definitely this has to do with the inner child work, so highly recommend. The book How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole LaPera. Is that her last name? Let me see, is it within my How to Do the Work? It'll come up. That's a great way to do this like inner work and stuff from home. Like it's written by an amazing therapist. She's the holistic psychologist. Is that her name? On Instagram. You can check her out. But anyways, let's get one more card. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Oh my God, you know what this is talking about? You know how I said like attracts like? This is Spirit confirming that right now. But also you could be meeting someone or have someone in your life that there is a strong magnetic attraction. But Spirit's being pretty clear in your reading, like there's like your inner world is going to reflect your outer world, or like, draw whatever you're feeling inside, the support and love you're giving to yourself. The more you give to yourself, the more you'll get in the outer world as well. So if you really want a strong connection with someone, can you embody that energy of your ideal partner? Because like vibrational matches is how you like get with like the person. So like if you want someone, a specific person, like what traits do they embody, and like how can you embody that as well? Because like attracts like, and I'm just being repetitive now, but Spirit wants you to really notice that and like see any current relationships as like a reflection of yourself and how you can kind of work through that and then become the person you want to be with. And then all of a sudden they're just gonna show up. But that is what I have for you, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated and was helpful. If it was, please subscribe if you haven't already, like this video, leave a comment, and if you would like a private reading with me, I do offer both tarot and astrology readings. My information or my emails in the description if you want to chat about it or set something up. But no matter what, I just hope this was helpful. I hope you're well. I love you so much. Bye, group 1. Hello and welcome to your reading, group number 2. So we are getting love messages and advice from your spirit guides. So let's take a moment to call them in. Ancestors, angels, spirit guides of the highest vibrational frequency of group number 2, please be with us today to provide the most meaningful messages in regards to group number 2's love life at this time. Thank you so much for your clear and accurate messages, and thank you, group number 2, for being here today. So let's not waste any time. Let's get started. Spirit, what is the main message that you have for group number 2 in regards to their love life? What is the main message for group number 2 in regards to their love life? Thank you. What is the main message for group number 2? That one's come up. Aw. That's my favorite card. Okay, so what should group number 2 be focused on in regards to their love life at this time? And what can wait in regards to their love life at this time? And what may group number 2 be blind to in regards to their love life at this time? And what should group number 2 avoid in regards to their love life at this time? Oops, card wants to flip out. And what is the overall action and advice for group number 2 at this time regarding their love life? Overall action and advice. Bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot reversed. I'm going to make sure this is all in frame. So there might be some feeling of no momentum, not really moving forward, not much happening, not much progress in regards to your love life. Sometimes this could be also like not cooperating, like all parties involved just might not be on the same page, not moving forward together, something stopping the momentum from going. So let's see what Spirit has to say. So the main message is the star. And right when I saw this, I like had to stop from talking about it because I was like, wow, this is really sweet. Your guides don't want you to give up any hope for your love life. Perhaps you're feeling like your current relationship isn't going anywhere, isn't going to work out, or maybe you're single and you're just worried you're never going to meet someone and stuff. Spirit wants you to remain optimistic and still have hope because the best is yet to come. Like, and they're like guiding you and they're watching over you, and like everything's happening in divine timing. And having hope and faith and like love itself is really important right now. So don't give up. It's not too late. You're not too old, blah, blah, blah. You know, like you have hope because beautiful relationships are around the corner. And sometimes it just takes time to meet that person or, you know, because divine timing. And if you're in a relationship and you're worried that it's not going to move forward, there's something here about having faith that it will, or that someone better will come around. But having faith, not only in like your relationship or in relationships in general, but like having faith that love really does exist, because there might be some energy here where you're doubting that. And Spirit wants you to know you are worthy of love. You are deserving of love. Don't forget that, which is really sweet. So what to do now? We have the Three of Wands reversed. Interesting. So it's like a little flower growing out of their hand, but it's reversed here. There might be something here with wanting to give up on a relationship or end a relationship, or maybe that's what Spirit's suggesting. But what to do? We have like, it's like dropping that flower out of his hand. It's like, normally the Three of Wands talks about like you planted the seeds of your intention and now it's starting to grow. So it seems like maybe what you have wanted to happen, or maybe you started a relationship and it's just not, it's not growing, it's not progressing, it's not blooming. And that might be a sign that maybe it's not the best for you. And I know that's hard to think sometimes, especially if you've like spent a lot of time and energy into a relationship. But also I feel like Spirit wants you to set the seeds of intention. And what I mean is, have you been very clear about what you want? Both with yourself, others if they're involved, but mostly with yourself we're talking right now. Oh, look at, we have this big seed / egg here. But so what is it you want? It's a great time right now, Spirit is saying, to get very clear. Some people like to call this their love list. You can call it anything you want, but get out your journal and really think about it and write down literally everything you want from a relationship, like how it will be. Like, I want us to go to the gym together. I want my partner to like love his mom so much and his family, and you know, like just like literally all the qualities and traits about how this person is and how they treat you and how your relationship dynamics are. Like, get as specific as you can, list out everything that you want, and then like set the intention that you will have this ideal relationship, this ideal partner, and believe it too. But really write it all out and get really clear. Sometimes we think we know what we want, but then when we're like asked, it's like hard to put it in words. So Spirit wants you to get really clear, like plant that seed. We're about to have a new moon. This is a timeless reading, but if you're watching this real time, but there's a new moon every month, so you can look it up when the new moon is, but I think it's like the 19th and the 20th, depending on where you live. But again, you can look it up. There's new moons every month, but it's a great time to set intentions for the month ahead. So if maybe you're already working with the moon, but Spirit wants you to really set intentions for how you want your loving relationships to be, all relationships, but really like with your romantic partner. And this can work whether you're in a relationship or not. And like, you know, write down that whole list and set an intention that you want to have this amazing relationship and this amazing experience and amazing partners, and you want to be treated this way, etc. Like, it's going to be different for each one of you. So everyone has different wants, desires, needs, and stuff. So the clearer you can get on that, the easier it is to communicate it to the universe what it is that you desire and what you want. And then your spirit guides will be much like more able to help you. Like, once you plant those seeds, like, because maybe you haven't been really clear, like with your partners and with yourself about what you want. And maybe some past relationships didn't work out because like maybe you had certain expectations and wanted certain things from this relationship, but it wasn't clearly communicated from the beginning. So maybe there's like, that's why I didn't move forward or isn't moving forward, because there wasn't that clear communication starting with yourself and then with the partner, like what it is you want, like now and in the future. And so I think the clearer you can get with yourself, the clearer you can communicate with your partners, and the easier, like the more compatible, more synastry they'll be with your relationships. And what can wait? We have the 10 of Cups reversed here. Spirit doesn't want you to focus on broken dreams and broken relationships, and what didn't work in the past. Spirit wants you to dream big and focus on what it is you want. Don't focus on the negative, because when you focus on what you don't want, that's going to bring more of it to you. Like your thoughts, your words are very powerful. Your emotions are really powerful. So the more you think about what you don't want, the more you think about the past when you were hurt, when you maybe lost dreams, lost relationships, it's not the time to focus on that, because right now you have this like your guides are very present. There's a divine connection that's very strong right now, and your guides are trying to help you. So the more you communicate what you want, the more they can give it to you. But when you keep communicating what you don't want, like even in thoughts, that it's just not going to help at all. It might just bring more of that negative energy and not help you move forward. Because what you don't see coming, what you may be blind to, we have the Two of Pentacles, which is a big egg here. Like there is right now, like is the time to manifest, like start the manifestation process, getting clear on what you want. Because this egg will, eventually will hatch and your manifestations will grow. You don't realize what you're blind to is that your thoughts, everything that's going on right now is growing this egg, this seed to come forth to reality. So Spirit really wants you to get clear on what you want. Be balanced with what, like find this balance of inner and outer. Like what is it you want? And are you treating yourself like you want your partner to be treating you? Are you doing the things you want your ideal partner to do? And kind of get balanced with that. Like, because like attracts like, and our vibrational energy like will attract someone that matches that. So plant the intentions on what it is you want in a relationship or in your current relationship, and then embody that energy. Because right now your divine guidance is strong, and they are helping you, and they really want you to get your desires and the relationships you want. So what to avoid? We have the 10 of Swords reversed. I kind of see this also like with this 10 of Cups is like reflecting on old wounds. Like sure, you're healing, because the 10 of Swords, the swords are like falling out of you, in a way, like, but it might still be like just focusing on the past. So 10s are endings, and they make way to new beginnings. Like, so there's something here with not, in both the avoid, this can wait, and the avoid card, we have 2 10s reversed. It's time to let go of certain things. You might not even realize maybe that you're having some cord still with someone in the past. And if there is some people in the past that you still think about sometimes and you don't want the energy around you, and one thing you could do is a release ritual. We talked about the new moon ritual with like setting your intentions, letting spirit know, which you can do at any time. You can do any of these things at any time. But the full moon, if you want to do it with the lunar cycle, you can do it anytime, is doing like a release ritual. Like we talked about writing down everything you do want, like very specific. You can write down what you want to release. Write it down on paper, get very clear, like what do you want to go, and then safely burn it. You can like flush it down the toilet, a piece of paper too, or something if you can't use fire safely, but make sure you're safe when you do it. And then that'll be like an energetic like release, and it will feel really good. And also you can just be like, okay, I release this, and then let it go, and then you can move forward and focus on your intentions. It might be good to do that release ritual before you do your intentions, then you can get clear on what you want instead of have any lingering energy of what you don't want to hang on to anymore. But yeah, Spirit wants you to avoid being stuck in the past or just thinking about what you don't want. Mostly, I know we all have sometimes it's hard not to think about the past, but it's focusing on the bad and focusing on what didn't work out, focusing on your wounds, you know. Of course, you have to focus on them to heal, which is important, but try and make how you speak and how you, when you write down what you want, like say it in present tense and say it in things you do want, like in the positive present tense. For overall action and advice, we have the world reversed, which is interesting. Okay, so we have 3 ending cards reversed. This is like kind of not wanting to let go and move forward. It's like there's something that's keeping you from moving forward. And we already talked about doing that release ritual, which I think will really help. But if you do want a relationship, of course, we want to work on mental state and getting clear on what you want. But you also have to like put yourself out there and be vulnerable. And, you know, and that's scary. But Spirit wants you to be open to that and have faith in like yourself and all of that. But Spirit wants you to recognize that any blockages, why think, oh yeah, look at this too. There's this whole half of the spread is about lack of movement, stagnation, and Spirit's trying to bring your attention to that so you can move forward. Yeah. And I feel like you might not realize that more eyes are on you than you think. Like you might be like, oh, I can't get a date and stuff, but are you putting yourself in situations where people can ask you out and stuff, you know? Maybe you haven't been out in the world dating because you might be still in some stagnant relationship. And I know some people, maybe you want your relationship to, you know, move forward and stuff. And this is ways to help it. Get clear with yourself, and then you can communicate better with your partner. But this is kind of like when the world reverses, it's kind of like same old thing every day. And like if you want things to be different, you got to act different too. Like what do they say? Like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So just something to think about. But let's get more cards. Spirit, what else do you have for group number 2 in regards to their love life? Influence. Number 33. When I saw that, it made me think of the Ascended Masters, and with influence too. There might be something here with like maybe getting some guidance, maybe getting like a coach or something like that, if that's in the cards for you. Like they have dating coaches, romance coaches, life coaches. I feel like getting some advice would be really helpful for you. But also, I feel like when I was talking about how there's more eyes on you, I feel like there really are. I feel like people pay attention to you, but also I feel like this is also saying your thoughts and your words are really powerful right now. So put out those thoughts and words that you want to reflect back to you. Interesting. You might be seeing 333 or 33 a lot. Another 3 there. That could be a sign. Oh my God, another 3. True love. Yeah, 3s are big here. So I honestly think when you do this work, I'm not going to be repetitive and say it all again. If you do all this, get clear on what you want, and then, you know, take action, release old patterns, old cords that aren't serving you, and you get clear about what you want, set that intention, you are going to attract true love. The more true you are to what you want, and don't hold back, you know. Some people might think it's like weird if you're like, I want a wealthy girlfriend or boyfriend. Like, you know, if that's true, then write it down. Say it. It's fine. Don't let other people's judgments, you know. I'm just using that as an example because, like, the more honest you are about what you want to attract to you, the person you want to attract, the relationship you want to attract or enhance, like maybe there's a current relationship you're trying to improve, the more clear you are about what you want and be so honest, you're going to really attract true love. And seriously, look out for the 333. Maybe you're already seeing the number 3. Let me know if you are. But true love is around the corner. Look at this egg and it's growing, you know? So don't give up. Like, that's the main message. Because something, like right under the star, something someone really important is coming into your life. Wow. I can like feel that energy. Okay, what final messages do you have, Spirit, for group number 2? This came out in the last group. Interesting. Your love life is affected by children. So perhaps there is a child in your life, or maybe you're wanting children and you're afraid that if you don't get in a relationship soon or something like that, it'll be too late, or, you know, whatever. Or maybe you're worried like, oh, I have kids, how can I date someone, you know? But it's fine. It's all about your beliefs. Like, there are plenty of people that will date someone with kids, or who will want kids, you know, etc. Also, this could be, talked about this in the last group, maybe doing some inner child work and seeing how there might be some blocks and stuff related to that. But really, I feel like this is just children are influencing your dating life, like it says. But like, maybe you're not dating because you have kids, or again, you're worried about relationships and losing faith that you might have kids one day. It seems to be guiding you in some way. But Spirit doesn't want you to let that hinder you. And again, we've been talking about thinking more positively and all that stuff. Like, don't think of children as a negative thing, or that's blocking you, or that you're afraid, and don't like rush things because you really want kids soon or something. I know that's probably just a very specific message. But yeah. Okay, let's get one more card. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Okay, so this, I feel like Spirit is confirming right now with the world reversed. It's time, you know, we talked about setting your intentions, taking some time alone, disconnecting from the world to get clear on what you want, really clear. And that's not, you know, just really focus on that and avoid any distractions. And also, like, avoid other people's words, other people's ideas, like getting into your head. Like, maybe like you hear things from your mom or your friends about who you should be with, who you shouldn't be with, etc. It's time to disconnect from that. Take some time apart when you're doing this list and not let anyone else's words influence you. Get as clear-minded as you can, and then you can get as clear with your intentions as possible so you can attract this true love into your life. And you want to think about what you want, not what society wants for you, not what your parents want for you, not what your friends want for you, etc. What do you want? So taking a break from other people's influence and words and getting clear on what you want will be so huge for attracting this true love. And you're really setting the intentions for this to be coming into your life. So this is a powerful time for you, group number 2. So that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated and was helpful and gave you some insight, some inspiration from Spirit. If you did enjoy this reading, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Like this video, leave a comment. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, I am offering those this time, both tarot and astrology. You can find my email in the description box if you have any questions or want to set something up. But yeah, that's it. I'm so grateful you're here. Again, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have an amazing day. I love you so much. Bye, group 2. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. So we're getting some love messages and advice from your spirit guides. So let's take a moment to call them in. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides of the highest vibrational frequency of group number 3, please be with us today to provide the most meaningful, accurate messages for group number 3 at this time. Thank you for your accurate messages, and thank you, group number 3, for being here. So let's get started. What is the main message you have for group number 3 regarding their love life? What is the main message you have for group number 3 regarding their love life? And what should group number 3 focus on this month in regards to their love life? What can wait? What can wait in regards to their love life this month? Can wait. Oh, sorry. What can wait? And what may group number 3 be blind to in regards to their love life? And what should group number 3 avoid in regards to their love life? And what is the overall action and advice for group number 3? Make sure you can see them all. I think so. All right, in the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun reversed. So there might be some energy here of feeling lonely, depressed, unhappy, whether being alone or in your current relationship. So let's see what that's all about and what advice your guides have. So the main message we have here is the 3 of Pentacles. Is that like an anthill? I love that for this card. So it looks like Spirit wants you to put in the work is what came to me first, but like this card traditionally shows multiple people like working well together. They're like creating something. There could be one person that's kind of like the mentor or teacher, but really I feel like this is like working constructively to build something beautiful together. And look, after all this work, there's a flower on top. So maybe for some of you, you are feeling unhappy in your relationship and Spirit's letting you know, like, when you put in the work and work together, then it could lead to a great outcome. Or it could be you're feeling a little lonely and depressed because you're not dating anyone right now. And I feel like Spirit's like, it might be a windy road, you know, but if you keep at it, keep putting yourself out there, being vulnerable, dating and stuff like that, like it will lead to something that blooms and blossoms. Like kind of like a don't give up type energy coming through. What Spirit wants you to focus on right now in regards to your love life is the 7 of Wands reversed. Interesting, but I feel like upright, this card's really like defensive. So I feel like Spirit wants you to kind of let your guard down, let your walls down, or whatever you want to say. Like maybe you've been hurt a lot in the past. I mean, who hasn't, right? It sucks, but you might have these like walls up, so you're not really letting someone in, whether it's your current partner or new people, you know. And that's totally normal, like to like have those walls up, because who wants to get hurt, you know? But I feel like Spirit wants you to be a little bit more vulnerable, put yourself out there, not be as defensive, not feel like everyone's out to get you, because they're not. Sure, there might be some bad apples in the bunch, but sorry, I'm laughing at my own thing. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, you know what I mean. But they're not all bad. There's some good out there, and it sucks, you know, but sometimes we have to go through the bad in order to appreciate the good. So I feel like if something hasn't worked out recently, or, you know, it's because there's something better out there. So be open to it. And putting in the effort into relationships, into yourself, etc., will really lead to a positive result. And for what can wait, we have the 3 of Swords, which is like the heartbreak card. Look, we have a couple of 3s in group number 3. But this is, look at this unicorn. I love that. But there's like some volcanoes erupting. I feel like Spirit wants you to focus on your beauty and your uniqueness and not focus on the past pain. Like, it's hard, you know, to not focus on hurt and pain and heartbreak. But if you want better love, new love to come into your life, you know, you gotta work on that healing and let your guard down and be open to new people. And the volcanoes are making me think of like eruptive emotions. So if you're feeling really emotional and upset by the past, I feel like Spirit wants you to do the work, the inner work to mend your heart. Like, I know it's not easy, but like really just focusing on love and better things, like the good things in your life, and try not to focus on past hurt and pain. Maybe some of you guys in the past were cheated on, and that could be something you're like always afraid of, getting hurt and cheated on again. And Spirit wants you to realize that not everyone does that, and like you are worthy of love, you know. You're worthy of putting yourself out there and like being in the world, and people like love your presence. And I'm sorry if anyone hurt you in the past, but they do not define you. Your pain, your traumas do not define you. You are a unicorn. You're one of a kind. You're beautiful. And I feel like it's time to let the world know that. So for what you may be blind to, we have the Two of Swords reversed. I feel like you're come a long way more than you give yourself credit for. Emmy, what do you? My cat looks so cute right now. I wish I could show you. But there's like this in this card, the girl's like lost in the forest, can't get out. There's like a blockage. But I feel like you're really coming out of the hardest time. Oops, now there's cat hair all over here. Like the worst is over kind of energy. Like you're finding your way. You might feel lost still. You might feel like, oh God, I've got a long way to go, like up this thing, but I feel like the worst is over. Your path is becoming more clear and you are not as blocked as you think you are. Like if you think you're at a standstill with your current relationship or relationships in general, that's not true. Things are going to, the path is going to be clear. It might not be a perfectly straight path. It might not be, the easiest road, but like you're going uphill from here, Sorry, I'm trying to move my cat. And also I feel like you opening up to other people will be really helpful for you and get rid of any blockages. Like maybe talking to other people about your emotions instead of bottling them up so you don't explode sometimes. That could just be a message for a few of you, but that would be helpful. And maybe like expressing yourself creatively, like working on a creative project of some sorts will be really good for you and also put you into positions to meet new people. Like, is there a creative hobby you've been wanting to do, like a class you've been wanting to take? I feel like there's a high probability that you'll meet not only friends, but a potential romantic partner doing this. The Three of Pentacles there and also the Two of Swords reverse. It's like you're getting, you're getting out there more and collaborating with other people will be really helpful. Maybe like going out with friends and meeting their friends of friends. But this month you're having more people in your life and the more you put yourself out there, the more likely you are to meet someone. I mean, like that seems like obvious, right? But I feel like it's something that has to do with creative stuff, like maybe like a writing workshop or a community event. Maybe you live in a place that has like cool forests and mountains and stuff and you like hike or something. That could be really specific, but just an example. So what Spirit wants you to avoid, we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And also you have the Page of Pentacles reversed above it. Interesting. Okay, so I feel like Spirit wants you to maybe focus more on like grounding yourself. Maybe there's some instability here. For some reason this is coming through, but like this is really specific. I don't know, but maybe being with some people who like in the future, maybe in the past you've been with had partners that weren't really stable financially. Maybe they like just weren't really smart with their money, even if they had money. Maybe put you in like weird positions or something like that. Or maybe this is you. But I feel like focusing on overall stability and going for people that are similar to that, like, will be better for you. But the first thing that really came to my mind is the grounding. So for grounding, like perhaps sometimes you get lost in your thoughts, kind of start spiraling, thinking about the past, and then it gets you worked up or upset. And Spirit wants you to come up with ways you can ground yourself if that happens. So grounding, you can do breath work. I feel like yoga, some movement, getting outside would be really helpful for you. Sunshine, if you can, grounding mats, putting your feet in the grass. There's a lot of ways you can look it up, but just like finding a method to like kind of bring you back to reality so you don't get lost in your thoughts in the past and stuff, that'll be really helpful. But also, there's something here with working on your financial situation, working on your creative projects, and not letting them like fall to the wayside. Like maybe in the past too, there's some energy here with kind of losing yourself in a relationship. Like, and maybe you used to be like, you were really into work, and then you got in a relationship and you kind of like didn't get into that career path, or just weren't as focused on that because you were so involved in the relationship. And Spirit doesn't want you to like lose yourself in a relationship. Like relationships should like enhance you. You shouldn't like be not doing your favorite hobbies, or unless you like really don't like them anymore. But you know what I mean? Like how some people just their relationship becomes their identity. I feel like spirit wants to make sure you don't lose yourself. Or maybe you've done that in the past and now you're like finding yourself again. And something really is big here about like working on projects. Perhaps like some of you guys might be like having a new job or just working in some collaborative way with other people. And I really feel like that is how you're going to meet some new people, a new significant other potentially. That's like, it's like you're in the phase where you're just like meeting each other and hanging out soon, but like it could grow to something. And I feel like putting yourself out there and doing things for yourself and your hobbies and your work will be how you meet new people. And Spirit doesn't want you to get off track with that. And maybe there's something here with feeling like you don't have enough money to go out and do things. So like maybe it'd be helpful to like work on yourself and your finances and just you in general. And that'll help in the future with relationships. The overall action and advice, we have the Knave of Pentacles reversed. Or the page. You know what? I really feel like this is Spirit inviting you like to consider doing new things. Pages can represent new things, field of study, new beginnings, but definitely like something in the material world. Like I feel like Spirit wants you to invest in yourself a little bit. Maybe that's why this financial thing is coming up. Like invest in yourself, like invest in a class, invest in learning about finances, invest in like maybe like astrology, like we have all the planets around his head. But like this doesn't mean like a big loss of money or anything, but I see this as like investing something into yourself. It could be, I see time as a resource, and this could be like investing more time to yourself. Look at that coin is right in the middle of its chest. It's like his heart, solar plexus. It's like you. And really just working on that. What can make your like inner child happy? And explore that. The sun reversed too, it's like inner child stuff too. And the page of Pentacles reversed, this could represent a child in your life too, but I feel like this is definitely more representative of you. So I think the main thing here, Spirit wants you to get out of your comfort zone and try new things and invest in yourself. And the more you invest in yourself, the more positive relationships, the more people are going to be in your life, and they're going to reflect back to you. Like they're going to mirror back to you, like, who you are. So working on your own happiness, finding what really fills you up, your own hobbies and stuff will put you in a position to meet some new people. And also, honestly, I feel like this is a new relationship that's coming. If there's like a loss of love and depression in a current relationship, I mean, you can try and work things out together and be vulnerable and stuff like that. And maybe you will, but no matter what, single or taken, I feel like this is a time period of really investing in yourself, and things will just unfold naturally. And putting the work in. If you are in a relationship, this is putting the work in, all of you together moving forward. So if that's the case, then, they should work with you and move forward with you. And if not, that's like a sign that maybe it's time to separate. But I don't really see big separation vibes here. For the most part, I see single people watching this group, but again, there could be some of you that are just working to enhance your relationship. And if so, Spirit wants you to not focus on like the wrongs your partner did in the past, not thinking about like things that went wrong, like past problems, and working on, instead of focusing on that, like working on growing and evolving together, like not letting the past block you guys from progressing, and investing time and resources into progressing together. Yeah. Because if you are unhappy, you got to communicate, work on it, and grow together for sure. So we have here mostly pentacles, 2 swords, and we have the wands. We are missing cups. We don't have any cups here. So I feel like there might be just not much emotion in a current relationship, or there's no cups here because maybe emotions have run the show in the past, and Spirit's trying to think of logical, practical ways to enhance your love life right now. And that will bring forth all that positive emotions and stuff. But it's not a time to let emotions guide. It's time to think grounded, practical, logical, ideas on how you can improve your love life. Yeah, I feel like there's something here you're meant, some project. I don't know. You have to let me know if that relates to you, but I feel like there's something you're investing in, some projects and time, and that's going to result in something great. And I feel like your future relationships are going to be just really like you're going to work really well together. I feel like you're going to build something together. That makes sense. But Spirit, what other messages do you have for group number 3? This kind of respect. It came out reverse. Respect. Yeah, I feel like Spirit really wants you to respect yourself, and maybe there's been issues in the past where your partners weren't really respectful of you, and that is causing some pain and heartbreak, and like, you know, maybe it's made you have these feelings of unworthiness. But Spirit wants you to realize that you are worthy of respect. In good, healthy relationships, people work together. They respect each other. They support each other. So that's what Spirit wants you to recognize, and also respect yourself and realize that you are worthy of healthy relationships, of loving relationships that are respectful. And maybe there's some wounding in the past, or maybe you grew up in an environment where the adults weren't respecting each other, but you can change that. You can change who you let in your life, you know, how you treat yourself, and then that'll reflect in how people treat you. Now we have here gifts. Yeah, I feel like you're about to be blessed with something. This first card, I'm like, something is growing here. I feel like there is a true gift of like better relationships coming into your life. And perhaps the love language of your next relationship, or maybe it's a current one, you can confirm, is like acts of it's like, what is it? I know there's acts of service, that could be one, but gift giving. Like they love to treat you to things, and maybe at first you'll be like, oh, that, you know, like it's weird because no one's treated you that way before, but it's gonna be really sweet. They want to support you, they want to help you, they want to help you grow. So they gift you, like, you know, their time and like their resources and like their love. But I feel like the universe is gifting you with some positive like relationships, or like a better relationship. Maybe if there has been some trouble with the current one, maybe you can gift each other an experience. Maybe you can, you know, like invest in, I mean, that doesn't really seem like investing in therapy. That would be great, like a couples therapy, but I feel like it's something like maybe a little trip. Maybe it's like a wine tasting class or cooking class, or I don't know, anything. Like you can go like play pickleball. I don't know. I'm trying. That's so specific, but you know what I mean? Like gifting yourself an experience with this person, and you can like work something you're working together at. So if it's like a cooking class, you know, they have those where I've never been to one. They seem fun, but you like make something together. You're like working as a team. That could be really helpful for you guys. Or if you're like doing like a sporty thing. But I feel like this made me think investing in classes too. Like it could be for yourself, but also like gifting that with your significant other, so you can like really spend time together and see how you work together, and that'll make you feel good, like you're both contributing, you're making something beautiful, it's fun. Yeah, the gift of experience is coming through really here. That'll be really fun. And also maybe this could be something about your future person, but current people, it's an idea to gift them with, really gifting both of yourself with it, right? What other messages, final message you have, Spirit, for group number 3? Wedding. This situation involves marriage. So this could be about someone you're currently married to, or this relationship that's coming into your life will be marriage material. This whole windy road here is leading to marriage. Wow. Yeah. And I feel like it's because you're being open with your communications. There's no guards up. You're being respectful of each other. You do things together. You know, like having these hobbies together, working together on things, you know, will make you guys just really work out well. Open communication. So yeah, I feel like you're in the beginning of this journey to marriage, or you're working on improving your marriage right now. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Okay, I thought cheating earlier, remember? I think that's why Spirit wants to revisit this, like, because I kind of mentioned that, like past wounds and cheating and stuff, and realizing that not everyone is a cheater and like letting your guard down and not expecting people to cheat on you. But also this could be like a current relationship you're in. Someone who's wearing a false self mask in this relationship. No matter what, I feel like the spirit reconfirming like the honest communication and being open. And if there has been third-party situations in the past, again, this new relationship, you'll respect each other. And it starts with self-respect, and also letting your guard down, not just expecting everyone to be that way. The more honest you are, the more honest I feel like they'll be with you. But honesty is the best policy always, but I think. But I think there's some wounds from deception in the past that still need to be healed. But what we said, we were in the beginning of this upward journey to find the love of your life, your partner, or to improve your partnership, so it's a windy road and there's some bumps along the road, but the sun's peeking out. It's going to come out and be very bright again. But there's some healing that needs to be done on past stuff. And once you heal, then you'll be able to attract the right partner for you. But that is what I have for you, group number 3. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated. I feel like Spirit was kind of like, what's the right word? Ambiguous. And this reading didn't really give us their Spirit's plan is telling you you're on a journey to a great relationship, but there's just some things that need to be worked on and sorted through. But it seems like you're already on that path of, the path is clearing. You're getting through any blockages. You're working on it. And Spirit's just making sure that you are doing the healing. Because sometimes we don't realize we still have some wounds, within us still. So Spirit's just drawing that to your attention. But that is what I have for you, group 3. Again, I hope this resonated. I hope it was helpful. If it was, if you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, leave a comment. If you would like a private reading with me, I do offer both tarot and astrology services. My email's in the description if you're interested or have any questions. But yeah, that's it. I love you guys so much. I hope you are well. Have an amazing day. Bye, group 3.